Yes, you're audible.
Yeah, okay. Hello everyone. Today we have Dr. Saru Salelkar, a physician, best-selling author, world record holder, and an advocate of emotional resilience. So please welcome her.
Thank
Welcome to
you.
the show, Saru Salelkar.
Thank you. Thank you, Sai. It is a pleasure to be here with you and all the audience here today. Thank you for having me on this event show.
So shall we start the interview?
Yeah, you can move ahead.
You are a physician and an author, and also advocate of emotional resilience. So what's the connection between the emotions, books, and the relationships today? Can you please tell me your perspective on this relationships, emotions, and books?
Yeah, this is very interesting question. We as humans, we are mainly driven by our emotions. So if you want to do something, you have to have that passion to do it first, right? But when it comes to books, we will also choose the books based on our emotions. Because if we like to read romance, we will love to read that book which we like. So we will pick that up. So according to our emotions, we will pick up a book. And also, if you want to work on something, like suppose you want to improve yourself, learn some new skills, and you will pick up that book. So if you go to see as an author, fiction and non-fiction, both are important for a person because different phases of life require different type of stimulus or encouragement. Like if you're feeling depressed and you read a romance novel, your mind totally changes. But if you are working towards something and you want to be inspired, a self-help book will change you. If you want to read something and learn something in science, scientific books will change you. So books are very important in all of our lives because our emotions need different type of books at different periods of time. And
True.
relationships also you asked. uh, Emotions again drive our relationships because in your books you have seen, you the protagonist always has a struggle, and with that struggle that person discovers love and then moves ahead. Similarly in our lives, we also have so many struggles, and if we don't take care of ourselves, our self care, or of our mental or physical health, it reflects in our behavior towards others. We get angry, we get irritated very fast, and that creates a strain on our relationships. So that is where emotions are important in relationships also. And books act as a bridge between your relationships and your emotions because they help you channelize your emotions. They help you deal with yourself. They provide you so much what you don't know and gives you a new perspective. So that is what I feel. Books and relationships and emotions are related. Thank you for that question. It was very profound.
Very true. And coming to you are an advocate of emotional resilience. So what is your one suggestion to the people who are overwhelmed?
Yes, being overwhelmed is very common in today's world. We are either stressed or we are worried about something or we have some kind of fear or guilt. So, what we have to do at that point in time when you're feeling overwhelmed, no, just stop, just create a pause and just reflect on your thoughts. Just imagine, just see what is going on in your mind. There'll be 100 different thoughts going on. So when all those thoughts are going on, sit down and just write them down. Don't judge. Just write them down. Whatever is coming to your mind, just write them down. And then you can just reflect and see, okay, this is what is going on in my mind. Over a period of time, you will learn to handle your emotions. You will know what is bothering you, what is being helpful to you, which particular instance is troubling you. And you can later deal on those particular issues so that, gradually your mind can be cleared. Other thing is you have to practice a few things for yourself. Like you have to have some kind of physical activity. It can be just running or walking or just doing some stretches. Because what physical activity does, it releases feel good hormones in our body. Okay, so that, and also it improves the blood circulation in the body. So it helps you in one way to take your mind away from your problems. And other thing which helps us is doing some kind of mindfulness activity. It can be listening to some good songs. It can be doing some kind of meditation per day. So this provides relaxation to your mind, and gradually your thoughts become streamlined and you understand what is going on in your mind and you can take appropriate steps. So this is what would like to tell a person who is overwhelmed in today's world. Before we move ahead, I would like to ask you one question.
Yeah,
As
please.
a romance writer, you know, do you base your stories on real life incidents? Or is there something that motivates you to write that particular novel at that particular time?
Usually, my books are based on real life incidents. I was a counselor for the depressed in the past. I used to give counseling to the people. So whenever I hear some powerful story, transformation stories, with their permission, I write the book. Sometimes even if a news or something moves me so deeply, if I feel that I am emotionally connected to such things which came on news, I write stories about that also. So usually my all books are based on real life incidents.
Wow, that is so nice. And it is a very good way to put out, I feel if we, there's so many times we read something in the newspaper and we feel, what can we do about it? So it is a one very good thing you're doing in a way you're doing some kind of social service in your own way, writing that book. I really like that. Thank you for sharing it.
So, as you said, when we see a news, sometimes we really move deeply. Once I read a story about a married woman. She was going somewhere, and she took the lift, and that guy raped her, and she committed suicide.
Yeah,
That instinct was really so shocking and deeply moved me. So, what I thought was, for everything, suicide is not the solution.
right.
We have to face it with guts. Yeah, of course, rape victims are seen as the culprits in the society, but still, we have to stand for ourselves, and committing suicide is something which I hate the most. So, with this, I wrote a book, Marriage, Iblis, R.O. In that, I had showed the same thing happening to the female lead, but there I didn't show that she committing suicide. I showed how she faced it with guts and courage, and how she stood for herself, and also how she fought with the culprits. And then she became the most powerful woman, and also the one who helped this kind of domestic victims and also this rape victims and all. So that's how I write the stories. Thank you for this
Wow,
wonderful question.
this is really very inspiring. I really like the way you work on this. I really loved it. Hope you come out with much more stories and we can get to learn many things from your experiences and your point of view. Thank you
So
for
I have
sharing that.
Yeah, I have a question for you. So you were talking about guilt when you answered the previous question. So I want to ask you that we women, I mean, most of the in the case of most women, I have seen self guilt also. When we talk about self love, they usually feel that self love is something they should never do for themselves. They give love to their parents, husband, children, in laws, everybody. But when it comes to self love, they feel a kind of guilt. So, what is your suggestion to such women? How to handle the self guilt and love themselves thoughtfully?
Yes, this is very important because there are many instances as a doctor also I have seen, no, people don't want, especially women or mothers, they don't take care of their health as much as they should. And in the bargain, they end up losing their health or their life. So what I would suggest is, unless the caretaker of the house, unless you are strong and healthy, how will the other people manage? You should always think like if I have to take care of that person, for that I have to be strong. I can't be weak and take care, right? So you have to be strong emotionally and physically to take care of someone else. So there is no way that you should feel guilty about taking care of yourself. No, self-care doesn't have to be that you have to go to a parlor and do some manicure, pedicure, nothing. It can just be few minutes to yourself. Just 10, 15 minutes, you just close your eyes and do some meditation or listen to some music or just do one hobby that you love. Maybe you love painting, just sit and do for 10, 15 minutes per day. Remove that 15 minutes for yourself. so much you will feel refreshed, and not uh, you will not feel that the sense of being drained or burnt out, because when you do something what you love intensely, all the fatigue vanishes. Like you write, I write. My best way of putting out my emotions is by writing. So that is like my hobby. When I write every day, it makes me feel good. So same way, if a person loves cooking, she has to do that for herself, not as taking care of the people, but for herself, because she loves doing it. Or if she loves like some other thing, maybe she likes to take a run in the park. Go out, take 15 minutes for yourself, do it. Do not fall into the trap of self-guilt, because then it becomes continuous. It becomes like, vicious cycle. You feel guilty, then you don't do it, and then again you're weakened, again you feel guilty. So break the cycle, take a pause, stop, think, why am I doing this? If I am not healthy, how will I help my family? Do something for yourself. Just 15 minutes per day. Do something. Do some stretches and do something you love. That is what is very important for people who are going through that stress and self-care, especially mothers. I feel that they are feeling a lot of emotions when they are handling their children and plus their jobs. Family. So it is very important that we take care of ourselves as women first. Thank you.
Very well said. Very well said. So, do you think that self-love also improves our relationships and makes them stronger?
Yes, of course. Unless you love yourself, nobody will love you. Just see, when you are in a room, okay, and someone who's very angry comes in the room, do you not feel that anger rising within you? You realize, that emotion is affecting me. Someone who is very angry and he comes banging the door, you suddenly your mood shifts. The same way, if you are not in a proper state of mind, you will also shift the room. Okay, and you are the main base of the family. So if you are not keeping yourself in a proper mood, it will affect the whole family. You must have seen at home also when your mother is angry, even you get irritated. That is because one person's mood affects everyone in the house. So your mood is good, you will again spread lot of positivity. So that's why all relationships are affected by your mood also. And not only at home, anywhere you go, if you are smiling and joyful, you will always spread that joy. So always take care of yourself. That will automatically take care of your relationships. So that is what I would like to say. One thing I would like to ask you, what
Yes.
do you do when you are faced with emotional turmoil? What is one thing you do that when you are upset, what would you like to do?
Uh, Apart from being an author, I am also a vivid reader. I read a lot of books, different genres, especially self-help books are my favorite. So whenever I feel overwhelmed or emotional or feeling so low, I always read books. Literature makes me feel strong and also learn new things. And when I learn new things and when I learn how to shift my emotions, then I feel coming out of those sadness, guilt, and everything. So usually I prefer reading books, and sometimes what I do is I switch on the music and dance to it. Because when we shake or move our body and when we listen the songs, it affects us physically and mentally also. And that's how I get out of my emotional turmoil. And this usually I want to say keep it simple. It is that I divert my emotions from being dull to being energetic and happy. That's how I handle my emotional turmoil. Thank you for the question. So,
Yes, this is very important what you said. Like, when we're feeling dull, we have to do something. Physical activity is the best, because
yes.
that automatically stimulates our feel good hormones. I think I interrupted you. Please continue.
No, no.
Just saying
I wanted
something.
to ask the same question. How
Uh,
do you handle your emotions when you feel low or something or overwhelmed? How do you handle it?
yeah, there are a few things that I do. First, I just observe what is going on in my mind. If there are too many things going on, I write down. So it helps me clear my mind. And still, if there is something with which I'm struggling, I say, okay, this is a temporary phase. It is going to pass. It is not going to be permanent. So just let me bear through it. Like if it is something which I can't do anything about, Like, like suppose the war is going on, what can I do about it? I can't do anything about it. So I can just wait patiently till it passes off. Other thing is, if I can do something about it, I will work on it. Like if there is something which is pricking me, I can obviously work and get it removed. If there is some health issue, I can take care of my health. I can get my medicines, whatever. So it depends what is the situation. So some situations you need to act. Some situations you need to reflect, pause and reflect. And some situations you just need to endure. Just let it pass because the time is not the same. The time will also change. Some things you need to just surrender and let go. If you're feeling bad about someone saying something to you, like in the fit of anger, suppose someone has said something and gone, but that anger has remained with you. So what will you do? You shouldn't be sitting with it. You know, that person said something, you will keep on thinking about it. That should not be the way you react. It should be, okay, that happened in that moment. That anger has come and gone. That person has gone, but that is still remained with me. Why should it remain with me? It is spoiling my life. Which there is one saying by Sri Ravi Shankar, no? What he says, when someone throws out that garbage, you are standing there to collect it. Why should I be collecting your garbage? It was your anger. No? Why should I be suffering from it? So just surrender it. Just throw it away. I don't want your anger. Maybe for a few minutes you feel a little disturbed, but I try to get back to myself because that was his work, his karma, not mine. So that is how I handle my emotions. Thank you for that question. I think first time someone has asked me about that.
Awesome. So, what is the one suggestion you give to the people who want to make their relationship stronger?
For relationships to be stronger, you need to have an open conversation. And to have open conversation, you should first know what is going on within yourself. You should know what you want. So, one thing is you identify what are your thoughts, find out what you want to know, write them down, and clear your mind and clarity on what you want. Okay. Second thing is see why your partner is behaving like that. Okay. Like suppose in my first book there is a story. It's my first book is the Arjuna in me. In that there's a story wherein uh, her husband forgets to get a dress for her daughter. And she goes and fights with her husband. Like, why you didn't get? I had told you so many times. Now she's having a gathering and you don't have anything for her. So he not stand. But if he had to just pause for a moment and thought, okay, he's just come back from a 36-hour night shift. Maybe he forgot. Maybe I should let him go. Maybe next he can go in the evening and get or something like that. And it changes the way you think. You need to change your perspective to the other person's viewpoint also. See why that person has behaved like that. So that will also shift your mindset. Then you realize, okay, he was tired. Maybe that's why he didn't get. So there was no point of arguing at all in that case. So there is one thing which is your viewpoint and there is a viewpoint of the other person. That is what I say, be the other person's shoes and also see. And then you both sit and talk out your things. Like, this because of this. Because only when you know each other's perspective, you will be, okay, this was such a petty issue. Simply it's become a big thing, like, no? So unless you sit and talk with each other, knowing both each other's perspective, relationships will be easy. That is what is my take on relationships.
Very true. I completely agree with your viewpoint. Yeah, the conversation and understanding some other person's perspective and being in their shoes is something we actually have to do because only then we can understand a person and make our relationship stronger. We are always like, we feel that we are suffering a lot, we are saying a lot, but others are not listening, others are like that. We keep complaining about others. Instead of complaining, if we can understand them a bit more, maybe the relationship will truly stay stronger and also survive for long term.
Yeah,
So,
and we
yeah, yeah.
imagine that they understand what we are thinking. We think they should understand that I'm thinking like this. Unless we talk, how they will know? It is like that.
Exactly, exactly. I have seen few people who go silent when they get angry. They will not express or they will not say anything. They will go silent. And I feel that more than any word, silence really hurts a person. This is what I'm going to show in my upcoming book actually. How much
Okay.
silence can hurt a person.
Okay.
So
Let's
I
see.
want
Looking
to ask
forward to
you, thank you. So I want to ask you one more question. So we're talking about relationships and how to make them stronger. What is love according to you?
Oh, love is part of life. Without love, nothing can exist. Actually, nothing can exist because love is not only romantic love. Love is, I feel the divine love is such that because of you, if you think like that, because of you, the sun is rising. Because of you, you are having a second chance because the sun is rising. You have a new day. So that is also a form of love. Then the nature provides you with food and everything. That is also a form of love. We forget to be grateful to nature, but that is a form of love from the divine divinity, which is filling our stomach. And when we are talking with each other and we are sharing such positive vibes, that is also a form of love because person who is listening, that person also will be inspired with this. So it is love is not something which is limited to I, me, or my people. It's much, much beyond than what we think. It should not, and we should not restrict it to, one relationship. Romantic love is different. But when you talk about love, you love your children, you love your country, you love your state. That is also a kind of love, right? So, so that, I think you should not limit yourself to just a few people. You should just love everyone unconditionally. Of course, somewhere there is there is, different type of angle which is there. But I think otherwise, when you do everything out of love, no, everything flourishes. If you put hatred or revenge in it, then nothing works. Like when you're writing a book, you're writing out of love of writing or out of, providing that knowledge to someone. But if you're writing out of hatred or revenge, it will not have a very good impact in the society. But if you're writing to improve the humanity, it will go like, it will progress like anything. That is what I think. So that is what is my take on love. I want to ask you one thing. What is one emotion that took you a lot of time to understand?
Emotion?
Yeah, it's like one emotional truth about love that took you a lot of time to understand.
Okay, okay. About love, you are asking. Okay. The one emotional truth I learned about love is that complete acceptance. Because as you said, I want to continue your thing, your words and explain that. Complete acceptance. When in the past, I used to think that I am right. Whenever I used to say something, I used to think why other people are not understanding me, why they are thinking like this. Always I was like that, and frankly speaking, before 7 years, I struggled a lot with my friendships and relationships. I didn't have a good rapport or understanding between me, my friends, or any relationship. I faced a lot. But my experience and the books and everything changed my perspective. I learned love means complete acceptance. First, accept a person as they are instead of trying to change them, instead of telling them to improve, 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 because everybody has a character and nature.
Right.
They build it for a reason. So first we have to accept them. And when we can say something with love, with acceptance, definitely the other person will try to listen and improve themselves. It's no need to say that you are wrong, you are wrong. When you say you are wrong, everybody gets angry. Even if somebody says that you are wrong, Sindhu, obviously I will get angry. Because I will become self-defensive and I will be like, no, I'm not wrong, you are wrong.
Yeah, because
So,
they are doing what they feel is right. You are doing what you feel is
yeah,
right.
exactly. So when my perspective was changed, now I truly have good relationships with my friends, team, and everybody with I work and in personal life, professional life. I have very good relationships now because I always think from their perspective. I accept them completely and I think from their perspective, as you said, that if somebody says something or if some work is delayed or something, then I used to think that what exactly made them to delay the work? What's happening with them? When they understand them a bit more, obviously they will do the same thing. They will also understand us because whatever we give, we receive. When I'm giving only that I am right, you are wrong, then others also feel the same thing that they are right, I am wrong. So this
Yeah.
is what I learned, understanding others' perspective and accepting a person completely. This is one truth I learned in my life and this completely changed my relationships. Wonderful
Yes,
question and thank you so much.
yeah, yeah. It is very true what you are saying. Because unless we learn to accept people, no, we will only feel that we are right always. It changing
Yeah,
your perspective is very important. It removes you from your own mental chamber. Like otherwise, your same thoughts are rotating, rotating. That is very nice point you said.
yeah. So I have a question. Recently we have celebrated International Women's Day. So I want to ask you, do you feel gender equality is important or gender sensibility is important?
I don't know what is gender sensibility. What it means.
Gender sensibility in the case understanding about being sensible to every gender irrespective of their man woman or whatever it is, we are being a bit more sensible towards them, trying to understand them better. So we always fight for, I mean, not we, but mostly it's like gender equality. So what do you think, that is gender equality really important in these days too? Because we are seeing that even men are facing sexual harassment, even men are facing many problems these days. And we always say women are facing, but even men are also facing these in modern times. So what do you think about that? Is gender sensibility more important or still gender equality is important for us?
There are two aspects there where gender equality is concerned. There are some areas in the world where women still don't have the power to decide, to talk, to even decide what they can wear. So in those areas, gender equality has to be worked upon. People have to know, women have to know their rights. They have to be given their rights. So in such situations, gender equality is very important. But in areas where modernization has occurred, and there are many men who are helping out in the household activities also. There is
Yes.
no more that distinction where this work is to be done by a woman or this work is to be done by a man only. So in those situations, gender sensibility is very important, especially if you are a person, if you are a male, you can be trapped into any situation by a woman who is not having good intentions. So that is also a reality of today's world. So in this scenario, gender sensibility is what I say would be important because everybody has a right to live. You cannot say always, that women are right or always only men are right. Both can be right in some instances, both can be wrong in some instances. So in areas where women are still suppressed, gender equality has to come up. And in areas where the equality has been established, gender sensibility has to be maintained so that not one person is suffering because of the other. Because earlier it was only women who were being harassed, but now trends are emerging wherein the opposite is also occurring, and that is also not good. Because finally we are part of one society, one community, and we need each other to live well, to have a good society. We should not be fighting over small, small petty things like this person has done this for me, or just because he's a man, he's done this. There are so many good things you can do. There are so many things in the society you can work for. You should not be blaming someone for something which he has done good, just creating some problem for that person. Do not actively create problem for someone. Even if you don't like that person, do not be going ahead and creating more problem in their lives. Even forget it. Don't get yourself emotionally disturbed because he's bad. He because he's if it is something he has done wrong to you, you have to take action. Go legally, but don't go violently. And be truthful to yourself first. You shouldn't be just blaming someone because you want to create a scene. Be truthful for yourself. Actually, if he has done something, then you can go ahead. But if he was simply blaming someone, then it shouldn't happen. That is what I feel.
Okay, so I have another question for you. So you are an advocate of emotional resilience. So what is your suggestion to the women there in present generation to be emotionally resilient and control their emotions and be powerful?
Woman itself, she is very powerful. Only thing you have to realize your power. You shouldn't be, thinking that you don't have any say, that you are not powerful enough. The thing is, women I have seen, they try to suppress themselves. They try to keep themselves low profile. That shouldn't be happening because there are many stages in a woman's life when she undergoes through a lot of struggle, like marriage, change of place, then again at workplace where you have to work with different types of people. Plus, you have to manage your home. Then during your childbirth, pregnancy, many things are affecting a woman. Not only the external circumstances, but her inner hormonal structures also affects the way you react to emotions. It's to any situation. So your emotions are inspired by your hormones, by your situation. And for that, you need to, as I said earlier, have a self-care routine. Write down your thoughts, do some physical activity, keep some time for hobbies. It is not that you don't have time. You're not prioritizing yourself. Even if if you feel you don't have time, okay, 15 minutes you get up early and do something for yourself. Or 10 minutes you sleep late and do something for yourself. But prioritize yourself. If you don't prioritize ourselves, no one will come and help you. You only have to take care of yourself, in your family, in your health. See, suppose my doctor has advised me to walk at least 30 minutes per day. And I don't have time to go for walking. But if my husband goes for walking, will it affect me? Will it help me? No, I have to do it for myself, right? You only have to take care of yourself. You only have to take charge of your emotions, of your health. Then only you can be strong. So don't rely on someone who will come and tell you do this and then you will do it. No, take charge. Don't think that you are not having any power. You are having all the power. Only you need to awaken your power. That's it.
Very well said. Yeah, women is so powerful and they just have to realize their power and that makes the change in the life.
Yes.
So you are an author and physician and balancing between personal and professional life and also writing. What is your suggestion to the women who wants to become author along with handling their professional and personal life?
If you are serious about becoming an author, commit 15 minutes for your writing. Okay, 15 minutes per day, just write something. Even if it is not good, just write. When you write daily, it will start improving. Other thing, if you are not confident of writing, read something which will improve your writing. So you learn tricks, how to write better, how to frame sentences better. So these are two things that will help you become a good writer. So
Great.
15 minutes, as I told you now, you have to work on yourself. Give this 15 minutes for improving your writing, for becoming a better writer. That will help you move ahead with that passion which you have. Because you 24 hours a day, if you're working for something else, you can remove 15 minutes for your passion. And you have to remove 15 minutes for your passion. So that much motivation, that much determination you should have that I am going to do this for myself and I'm dedicating this much time every day with discipline for this particular job in my life because I love it. That is the thing. Like we have to be, motivation does not get us anywhere, but discipline and consistency is what helps. So that is what
Very,
is required for anything you want to achieve in life. Discipline and consistency. That's it.
very good, very good. So what is the one book that moved you deeply?
The one book
What is
that
the one, yeah, that moved you deeply?
I didn't get the question. That moved
Which is
me
the,
deeply. Moved me
yes,
deeply. Okay. For me, the Bhagavad Gita was a changing point in my life because
one,
I just give you a brief history. What happened is went when my children were born, I went through a brief phase of postpartum depression, and after that, I went through the Art of Living courses. So I came out through it through that Art of Living course. Then, after a few years, just before I wrote my book, I happened to read the Bhagavad Gita, and I felt so connected with Arjuna. Like he was also depressed at that stage. In the starting of the war, he's so depressed. I don't want to fight this war. It is my duty to fight, but I'm not able to fight the war. So that advice what Krishna gives him, I felt that advice was given to me. So that book really changed my life. And that is how my first book, The Arjuna in Me, was born. Because inspired from that, what I did is I put my struggles and I put some things from Bhagavad Gita and I wrote my book, The Arjuna in Me. Can I show it? Just have it
yes,
here.
yes, yes.
This is the book.
Wow.
So that is the reason why that book came. And still, Every time I read the Bhagavad Gita, something new comes out. And I go, oh wow, this is so practical. It can be used in today's world also. So that was one book which has really changed my life. And the other book which has actually helped me is the autobiography of an yogi. There was a time when I used to not believe in spirituality, and that book changed my perspective about actually what spirituality is. So that is another book which has actually altered my life. These two books are the ones which has affected me. What about you?
For me, A Monk Who Sold His Ferrari by Ravin Sharma.
Okay, right. That's also very nice book.
That book really shows how to balance professional and personal life and how not to get overwhelmed with being too ambitious and being running beyond behind the success and all. It
Yeah,
showed very true. It gave the practical technique on how to handle professional and personal life. So
right.
that is the book which is my go-to book always whenever I feel overwhelmed, low or something. That is my favorite book. And another book is The Secret by Rhonda Byrne.
That is also. It's
In that,
very,
yeah,
yeah,
in
you
that
can
I
show.
learned how to manifest and how to make even the typical situations and complicated situations in life also changing into positive ones. So
Yes.
that book taught me how to handle the situations and make everything positive. These two books have a great impact on my thoughts, mental health, and everything because it's completely changed my perspective. But I
Yes.
have to say that Bhagavad Gita is often said as the best self-help book in the world. Somehow I couldn't complete it, but when I'm listening to you, I really wanted to complete that.
You can start with my book. It will give you the practical ways how you can handle Bhagavad Gita, which how you can use it in my life, in your life, and then you can work out from there. Because I've seen people who have not been able to read Bhagavad Gita. If you start from there, then they are at least getting the practical lessons. Because everything I couldn't cover, but at least some things which are helping us deal with our emotions, those things I tried to cover in that book. So that it is of help for someone who is reading it. So I feel people who are not able to go into the depth of Bhagavad Gita, it is a good start. So that is one way you can do
Definitely, I will
it.
try your book and send the Bhagavad Gita. Thank you so much for that. Dear audience, do you have any questions?
Hey, hi, Mitali is here.
Uh,
So, what is one message you would like to give before we wind up
the one message to the readers or to the women?
to everyone, readers, women,
To
everyone?
everyone. Okay. To everyone, my only one message is that never give up. If you close right in this first chapter, you would never know what's there in the ending and when the happily ever after comes. So
Yes.
always rise up and never give up. That's my only message to everybody. So what is your one message to everyone?
In case of overwhelm, just remember the 1 second that can shift your mind. Pause for that second, then reflect and then respond. Most of the
Wow.
emotions can be handled with just this strategy: pause, reflect, and respond.
Pause, reflect, respond. Wow.
Respond.
I will also follow this technique then.
That I have
Thank you.
explained in detail on my second book, The 1 Second Shift.
Do you have that book with you?
Yes, I have it. It is
Yeah, please
this,
show it.
The 1 Second Shift, I think, to emotional resilience.
Yeah.
So in this, I've explained in detail, and with this, what I felt, it is incomplete to just give, just talk about it. So I felt some people need to have some practical work also for that. So that's why this workbook is there. It is a workbook. So
Mhm.
the methods which are explained in that, it can be worked on the workbook. For a 45 days plan is there in the workbook. So I don't want people to just read and forget. I want them to read, learn, and imbibe. So that was the reason why I thought, just the book is not enough. The workbook is also required. So that's why I went through that. You can show me one of your latest book you have there with you.
Right now, I don't have my paperback book because many of my books are ebooks.
E-books. Okay, wow. Okay.
So I'm planning to bring them as paperbacks also, as readers are asking. Soon they will be comes as paperback and also audiobooks. Or do
Okay,
you
yeah.
have them in audiobook format also?
Yeah, my both the books are there in audiobook format also.
Wow, great. So if anybody want to hear and cannot read, they can easily go to the audiobooks and they can play it.
Yes, yes, yes. They can easily go and pay. Or they can contact me directly for paperbacks also, paperbacks of the workbook. I have a few copies, so if they want, I can give them at discount rates also. So that's not an issue. And they can
So if
even
any,
follow me like on Insta or Twitter. Or, so I keep, if you don't want to even buy the book, at least you can listen to some things. If you like this discussion, few insights you can get through Twitter or LinkedIn, whatever, like if you are interested. You can, of course, follow me and get those insights.
the one who want to know more about emotional resilience and 1 second shift and how to implement the technique of Bhagavad Gita in real life, follow Dr. Saru Salelkar. And also, if you want to buy the paperback, you can contact her. And her books are available in both ebook format and also audiobook format. Also, you can listen and you can enjoy whatever format you love.
Yes, yes. Thank you. And even your books are also very beautiful. My God, the trailers are only so wonderful. I just love the trailers itself on Instagram. And I think you should also be reading her books because they really provide you a break from, your daily mundane routine. And romance novels are something very nice to read. Yeah, they leave you feeling good always. So
Yes.
it's actually nice to read your books. I would recommend the audience to read at least one of our books, and you will not stop reading more. Like you will want more.
Thank you so much. So, Dr. Saru Salelkar, thank you so much for coming to our show and making it a success. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mitali, for joining us.
Thank you everyone for joining us. Bye
Bye.
bye.
Thank
Take
you
care.
for
Bye
having
everyone.
me. Bye.
Bye.